everybody. I hope you're doing well today and welcome to Home with the Halsteads. Today I'm going to show you how I make a very simple, quick, easy, delicious coconut pie. It doesn't call for many ingredients, and most of these ingredients you're going to have in your cupboard and in your refrigerator. So I'm going to tell you first of all what I'm going to put in the pie, and then I'm going to show you how I do it and how long I cook it. This recipe that I'm using today calls for a cup of sugar, 3 eggs, 1/4 of a cup of buttermilk, 3/4 of a stick of melted butter, 1 teaspoon vanilla, and 1.5 cups of flaked coconut. Today I'm going to be using, as I usually do because I don't have time to make a homemade pie crust, I'm going to be using a pre-cooked or pre-prepared frozen pie shell. And I want to talk to you just a minute about these frozen pie shells. They're delicious, they're quick, they're easy. You can buy them, put them in your refrigerator, freezer, and have them on hand anytime you get ready to make a pie. But sometimes you'll get one and you'll bring it home and it will either be cracked or broken, and maybe it'll have a little hole in the crust when you take it out and you think, oh goodness, I can't use that. And especially for those of you who are young chefs who are learning to cook, you don't throw that away, because all that you have to do is to let the pie crust thaw, which it doesn't take but about 10 minutes to do, and then you can take your fingers and you can work the dough and you can piece it back together. And that's what you want to do rather than throwing the pie crust away. So that was just a little tip that I wanted to share with you today. So now let's get busy and make this pie. The first thing that I'm going to do is to pour the sugar into this bowl. 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of sugar. Next, I'm going to crack my eggs, making sure that there is no shell in it, and pour it over the sugar. And I'm going to do all 3 of these. These eggs are room temperature. Remember, I told you that all of my dishes, the foods that I cook, do much better if I have my eggs and also my butter at room temperature, unless I have to melt the butter. So I'm just going to begin to whisk this up, mixing the eggs and the sugar really well. Just mixing it around. Kind of blending that sugar so that it kind of melts and incorporates it into the eggs really well. And another reason that you want to mix the eggs and the sugar really well is making sure that the egg white gets all blended in with the sugar. And I kind of test mine like that. And if it kind of folds off or comes off of the whisk pretty easily, then I know that I have it blended pretty well. Next, I'm going to add the buttermilk. And I'm going to take a small spoon and rake this out because I want to get all of the buttermilk out of the measuring cup. Mix that around a little bit. See how easy this is? We're almost half finished. Next, I'm going to add the butter. And this is 3/4 of a stick of butter. Mixing that around. Set that aside. Now I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. Vanilla makes everything good. In fact, we love it so much, sometimes I'll just double the vanilla. Okay, so now we have that mixed up. Now I'm going to add our coconut, 1.5 cups of flaked coconut. Just mixing that around. Oh, I smell it, the vanilla and coconut. flavors are mixing together with that eggs, butter, sugar. It's gonna be really, really good. Now, we're ready to pour it into our pie shell. And I'm gonna use a spoon to do that. I'm gonna take my whisk out. Mixing it around and just pour it in the pie shell. I've preheated my oven to 375 and I'm going to cook it for 10 minutes on 375. And then I'm going to reduce the heat to 300 and I'm going to cook it until it's golden brown. Probably about 45 minutes to an hour, but I'll check it periodically. I'm going to be working here in the kitchen this morning, so I'll just be checking my pie, and when it gets done, I'll come back and I'll show you and I'll tell you exactly how long I cooked it. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, y'all, I'm taking my pie out of the oven and I'm going to show it to you. Oh, it's hot. It surely is pretty. Just look at that. Oh my goodness, I know that is going to be delicious. And I cooked it 10 minutes on 375, and then I cooked it an additional 35 minutes. So a total of 45 minutes is what this pie required, and it probably didn't take 10 minutes to mix it up. So within an hour, you can have a delicious coconut pie. I just want to say a special thank you to all of my friends for watching Home with the Halsteads. It means so much to me and to Doug, and I just appreciate it so much. It gives so much encouragement when you share our videos, when you like our videos, and when you make comments. And I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you again really soon.